the immortal John Hancock, and I'm really excited about today's video. I've been on an Atari kick, and I am going to be doing an Atari 5200 suggestion video. And so I pulled out pretty much my Atari 5200 setup. This is out of my personal collection, something that I have that I'm going to be having in my new game room, and also decided to showcase 10 games I think that would be good to go with the Atari 5200. And I know the Atari 5200 gets kind of a bad rap for its controller. I got some solutions for that. Here we go. Atari 5200 recommendations. Alright, here's my Atari 5200 recommendations for hardware. I recommend going with a 2-port, and the 2-port console is a little bit easier. It's got a more traditional setup. It hooks up with a standard RF switch, and I have a nice clean 2-port. It also is backwards compatible with the Atari 2600 adapter if you ever go that route. Here's the controller holder, and this is great for both games, Space Dungeon and Robotron 2084. And if you can pick one of those up, I recommend it. You also have the awesome trackball controller. This is compatible with about a half a dozen games on the console. Totally worth picking up, and I'm going to showcase in the video the games that I recommend to play with that. Now, we all know about the dreaded controller and how a lot of people don't want to use it. There are solutions. One solution is that you can engineer and make your own adapter, in which this is an adapter that you can use a standard PC controller, and you can use that to play 5200 games. You still need to use the number keypad on your 5200 controller to activate some games. If you can find one of these, this is the Master Play interface, and these are awesome. It's just they're a little bit more expensive and a little bit harder to come by. So I do recommend these, but they're harder to come by and they're expensive. But you can use a 2600 or any 9-pin Sega Genesis controller. You can use different controllers and play 5200 games that way. This is nice. These like Y adapters, same thing, where you can use a 2600 controller and still use your 5200 controller to activate games. Might be a little bit easier to find in the Master Play interface. And then you have controllers such as these that have the built-in adapter, where you can plug it into your 5200 and then still use plug in your standard 5200 controller into this part. Begin to start games. One nice thing about the 5200 is that they did make some dust covers for it, and I use this, and I put this on my console to keep it dust free. That's why it looks pretty nice. Last and definitely not least, multi-cart. I use a multi-cart, and I use this to play most of my games. I have a near complete Atari 5200 collection, but I'm still missing some things. And this is what I use to play the majority of games, and where I just play it directly on the console. It's a simple, easy way to go. There's some other multi-carts out there, and they're newer, that with the SD card slot, you're able to load your own ROMs. I have had this in my collection for about 10 years, so I use this. And there you have it. Berserk is an Atari 5200 classic. It takes a 2600 game, which I absolutely love, and adds better graphics and voice to it. The more I play the 5200 version of Berserk, the more I like it. This is one of the first games I got in my 5200 library when I started collecting classic Atari games in the 90s. I really appreciated how close they got the arcade counterpart to this. Pretty awesome. I'm still scared of Evil Otto to this day. A lot of fun. This is an arcade classic that if you're gaming with the 5200, you definitely have to check it out. Here it comes. Evil Otto's coming after me again. Oh, is he gonna get me? I think he is. Oh, nope. Totally died. PacMan, timeless classic on multiple consoles. PacMan on the 5200 is pretty awesome. I remember playing PacMan on the 5200 for the first time and saying, oh my gosh, it doesn't even look like the 2600 version. It looks closer to the arcade. And it's right. It's awesome. While this game still is challenging with the problems that the 5200 controller had, I do appreciate this game. It is a timeless classic no matter what you play it on. It's fun. It's just a little bit more challenging to play on a 52 using the 5200 controller, but I still think it holds up. It's definitely a welcome addition to any game library, and another one that should be very cheap. This is a game that was packed in with the console, and so you should find this relatively easily. And my thumbs up for me. Miner 2049er starring Bounty Bob. Timeless classic for the 5200. And it was on other systems as well. This is a good version of it. There also was a sequel. And a sequel is really hard to find. And a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Kind of has some aspects of Donkey Kong mixed in with other gaming aspects. One thing I like about this game in particular is actually plays very well with the original 5200 controller. I can't say that about many other games on the console, but it definitely plays good. Jumps are still a little tricky, but if you can figure that out, great game. Let's see here, and if you notice up top, the timer, the score keeps going down, and like Donkey Kong, the sooner you can clear a level, the better your score is. So you want to clear it fast so that you can get a better score. So great replayability, playing it over and over again to get a higher score. A lot of fun. Choplifter, timeless classic for the console. It was ported to several classic computers and other systems. I like the 5200 version. A lot of fun. Not saying it's my best, but plays well. And here we go. So pretty much you're in a chopper. You have to control it. One button rotates your chopper. Other button is your attack. And the tank there on the screen is your nemesis. They are everywhere. They will try to bomb you. They'll try to take you out. You fly along. You land here. And you have to take your POW people back to base, where then you get points. Save so many people, on to the next level. A lot of fun. I like the animations in this game are well done. A lot of fun to play. Not the most common 5200 game, but if you can find a copy, well worth it. So then you take the prisoners back to base. I like the animation on the American flag there. That's pretty cool. There were a lot of games that were supported with the trackball, but I have to say Missile Command probably top of the list. And it was made for this. I totally loved playing the original 2600 version of Missile Command, but to be quite honest, after playing this version with the 5200 trackball, it's hard to go back. It's a lot of fun, accurate controls. Another game you can just sit back, day off, chill, trying to get a personal best on score. I could play Missile Command all day. It's a lot of fun. Another one of Atari's great arcade classics. I mean, they were just knocking it out of the park, hit after hit after hit. And the home version of this is well done. It again showcases how cool the 5200 trackball could be when pairing it with a classic game. And so definitely, if you're going to play this, one of the many games I'm going to show today, trackball support. Highly recommended. Here it is, Super Breakout. Super Breakout is yet another game that has trackball support. And you might be thinking, isn't that more of a paddle game? Yes, but the 5200 controller is too sensitive playing this. I plugged in the trackball and started playing this with Breakout and thought, this is awesome. And it takes a little bit to get used to, but it's the finesse of this controller that I love. I really appreciate it. I'm, again, not the best at this game. I'm more of a casual player in general anyways. I appreciate video games, but I really love Breakout. One thing I like about this game is it's relaxing. Like I love just kind of chilling, sitting back, at home, time off, and playing a game of Breakout. And it's a timeless classic. It's something I really appreciate. I think it's one of Atari's best. And there's other, I appreciate the 2600 version. This one just has some better graphics. And like how well it plays, especially the trackball. Another great trackball game is Centipede. And this really is the thing that sets it apart from the other versions. Is the trackball support is so well done for this game. I just keep coming back to this. Again, a game that I'm not an expert at. I've played this timeless times in the arcades. It is still hard, but I really appreciate it. I mean, I feel like I'm playing the arcade with this trackball. This trackball's so well done. And this really is, I would say, if it's the one accessory that you must get that's extra for the 5200, it is the trackball. And it makes common games just play so much better. And I'm a huge fan of Centipede. I remember going to a pizza parlor early as a kid. This is, before I owned any console in my house, playing this timeless classic. And it just makes that much difference playing this. Now there is a sequel, Millipede. There is an unreleased sequel, Millipede. I like Centipede just as much, and it's cheap and easy to find. So that's why I recommend Centipede over Millipede. There is a ROM out there to play it. There are multi carts out there that provide Millipede at Millipede ROM. But I still think Centipede is the one to play. Definitely thumbs up for me. The Atari 5200 version of Space Invaders is amazing. And it's amazing for one particular reason why. Trackball support. The Atari 5200 trackball is amazing, and once I found out that this game was compatible with playing Space Invaders, I checked it out. I'm like, it's like playing a different game. Now again, this game's challenging. There are some different difficulty settings. It won't really matter for me. I'm still not too good at this game. But I do appreciate playing it. And the trackball support is so well done. Totally died. Oh. Can I make it? Oh yeah! Can't talk about classic Atari 5200 games without bringing up Robotron 2084. And while it's not my favorite version of the game, it's still my favorite game of all time. It is well done on the 5200. And what makes it well done is the controller holder. Now, we all know that the 5200 controller is not the best. What they've done is the original version of 2084 for the 5200 was packaged in with this plastic accessory in which you would slide in both of your standard 5200 controllers and play the game. And it makes the game awesome. It makes it kind of like the arcade where it becomes like a twin stick shooter, and well done. I just pretty much have this controller holder on my lap and play a game of Robotron. It's fun. A lot of fun. One thing the reason why this is not my favorite version of the game is sometimes the graphics can get in the way of understanding who to save and who to kill. And once you play the game enough, you can kind of figure that out. But it is a little tricky sometimes. But nevertheless, it's a timeless classic. Definitely one of the best made on the console. Totally recommended. If you have a 5200, pick this up. Better yet, get yourself a multi-cart and you're good to go. Atari 5200 exclusive that's a must-own is Space Dungeon. And Space Dungeon is the only home port of an obscure arcade game. And the best way to describe Space Dungeon is if you combine Berserk and Robotron 2084. You have this really cool game where you're exploring different rooms, collecting treasure, and once you collect all the treasure and you get to the end of a level, you get a bonus and on to the next dungeon. It's a lot of fun. It is a twin stick shooter. A lot of neat things in this game. There's some randomly generated items, which makes replayability a lot of fun. You have to go find out, collect bonus, and on you go to the next level. Very cool. The randomness of the items and stuff per level make it really cool. Make it kind of neat. Play it over and over again. Classic arcade fun. Well, there you have it. What did you think? Interesting console, isn't it? I know it's not Atari's best, but I wanted to pull it out of my game collection, set it up, and share what I think are some great recommendations for accessories as well as games. I want to thank anybody who's taken time out of their day to subscribe, like, and comment on any one of my videos. It's most appreciated. I'm typically uploading a video Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays at 8 o'clock a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. I also have a Patreon in which I'm uploading an exclusive video every month, as well as any unreleased videos that I do that I don't have time to upload on my standard channel. Thank you so much. My hat's off to fans around the world. Mean the world to me. This is the immortal John Hancock. Take care.